The Ravanastron, which dated back to 5000 BCE and was discovered on the island of Sri Lanka, is the violin's earliest known progenitor. The Ravanastron had one 22-inch string with a 3-octave range, comparable to the tonal range and string length of all 4 strings of a modern violin. On the other hand, stringed instruments may be found all across the ancient world, from the Chinese erhu to the Greek kithara. The rebec, which dates from the 10th century Middle East, is said to be the first instrument to be held under the chin while being played. There were 3 strings on the rebec. According to some historians, the rebec arrived in Western Europe due to the Muslim invasion of Spain. Others claim that the rebec evolved from the Arabic rabab during the Muslim conquest of Spain. The rabab was a 2-string upright instrument. The French vielle was one of the first evolutions of the rebec. There were 3 to 5 strings on the vielle. It was a favorite among medieval troubadours. Development of the modern violin. The contemporary violin was created in Europe with strong Italian roots. As early as 1520, paintings portray a 3-string violin. The most significant image of the violin is a mural in the Serrano Cathedral, which dates from approximately 1535. As it happens, the Serrano Cathedral is situated in the Lombardy region of Italy, including the towns of Brescia and Cremona. The Lombardy area is rich in wood that is ideal for instrument production, and it was the birthplace of skilled luthiers. Because of the work of Amati, Stradivari, and Guarneri, Cremona has risen to prominence. The luthiers of adjacent Brescia, on the other hand, were the first to create high-quality violins. The violin's overall design was established in the 16th century. The standardization is said to have happened because Andrea Amati needed to mass manufacture a large number of string instruments to meet an order made by Catherine de' Medici in 1560. The size of the commission is said to have led to the 4th string being fixed and the F curve becoming popularized as part of the violin's design. The F-form curves and sizes were not established until the 19th century. According to urban mythology, the notches were placed to indicate where the bridge should be erected. As a result, the remaining S-curves were replaced with the F-curve. The bridge height, the lengthening of the neck and fingerboard, and the neck placement at a slight backward inclination were standardized in the 19th century. The Italians were not the only ones who contributed to the development of the contemporary violin. In 1786, Frenchman François Turti defined the size of the contemporary bow. Its tension and balance were altered, allowing for more intense bowing techniques like the martellet. Around 1820, German Louis Spohr was the first to create the chin rest. Marshall Moss of the National Symphony Orchestra and engineer William Bartley invented the electric violin for the first time in 1938. Violins rise to prominence. The vielle's Italian version, the lira da braccio, was also a street poet's instrument. The fiddle's forebears include the vielle and lira da braccio. When it was used to court musicians in the 15th and 16th centuries, the lira da braccio's prominence began to soar. In the early 17th century, Monteverdi elevated the prominence of the early violin, a member of the viola da braccio family, by employing it frequently in his symphonic pieces. King Louis XIII of France also aided the early violin's key position in classical music. In 1626, he founded Les 24 Violins du Roi as his royal court orchestra. The quirky and sundry. The violin has a lot of exciting tales to tell because of its lengthy history. Here are some fascinating facts about the violin that adds to its renown. The name violin comes from the Latin word vita, meaning string instrument in medieval Latin. The vistula derives from titula, which means to rejoice, or to rejoice. The vistula was a Roman joy goddess. The virtual also means calf in another derivation. Because the strings were constructed of calf gut during the period, this argument implies that virtual grew to signify string instrument. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.